Yes, I know I was supposed to join in and I was trying to Zoom.
Trying to meditate first.
I was trying to join in on a Zoom call with Karan Young.
Well, she already on there?
Fulton
Man,
County.
get out of here.
So who are you here? What case are you here for?
Domestic for Karan Young.
Hey, say that name again.
I'm here for Karan Young for domestic.
Okay. So just wait on the calendar and they'll call you when we get to that case.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. You ready?
Afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right, we're going to begin. This is the Fulton County State Court Expedited Accusations calendar. I am Judge Regina Mincy, and today is Friday, July 15th. This is a calendar for cases in which individuals have been recently arrested and charged with certain misdemeanor offenses. Soon after their arrest, the Fulton County Solicitor General's office has already accused these cases of the offenses brought against them, and the cases have been bound over to the Fulton County State Court. Nevertheless, this will usually be the defendant's first or initial appearance before state court judge, so we're able to address matters such as bond, possible arraignment, or consideration of a possible plea offer if one has been made at this time. I will also be providing you with a reset date for those cases that need to be reset to SAP. I'm going to begin and advise everyone that this entire proceeding is being recorded as well as live streamed on YouTube, so govern yourselves accordingly. Also want to remind or inform the defendants that you have a constitutional right to have an attorney representing you here today, which most of you do. You also have a constitutional right to remain silent, and that anything that you say about the facts, the circumstances, and occurrences of your case can and will be used against you. The solicitor's here and they're listening, so follow the instructions of your attorney so that you don't say anything to hurt your case. All right, where are we beginning?
Position number 7 in courtroom 3, please.
Okay, 7.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Welcome.
All right, this is case number 22 CR 004541D, as in dog. Mrs. Piper, is it Sanders or Sandes?
Sands.
Oh, Sands, okay. You're charged with 1 count of DUI under the influence of less safe, a 2nd count of speeding, and a 3rd count of driving improper erratic lane change, all with the offense date of July the 14th, 2022. Pre-trial?
First arrest.
First arrest, okay. All right. And Mr. Segura,
Good afternoon.
good afternoon.
This case occurred yesterday, July the 14th, 2022, in which officers observed a defendant failing to maintain her lane on Barnwell Road in Johns Creek. They saw the defendant drifting to the right, she driving on a grass shoulder, and then drifting back onto the left. When police activated the front moving radar, they noticed that she was driving at a 60 miles per hour at a 45 miles per hour area. At that point, the police conducted a traffic stop, and when they met the defendant, they noticed that she had alcohol on her breath, at which point they decided to have a sobriety test, to which the defendant agreed. And at that point, the defendant did show clues of impairment. And when they had a state-administered breath test, she showed a result of 0.079 grams. Because of this, the state is recommending a $5,000 surety bond, $4,000 for the DUI, $500 for the speeding, and $500 for the lane change, with the conditions of no alcohol, drugs, and weapons while out on bond, and also the condition of no driving. Foundations are based on these facts, in which at the time that defendant drove, it was around 9:20 p.m. So not only was it dark, but she was speeding while in an intoxicated state. So not only was she a danger to herself, but to those around her. And outside is not the only case in which she was speeding. In Gwinnett County, in April 11th, 2016, she was driving a 51 on a 35 mile per hour area. And alongside, in Alabama in 2020, she was driving at a 73 on a 45 miles per hour area. And also, your concerns of her being a flight risk, as it does have that speeding citation in Alabama, and recently as 2020. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right,
Yes,
Ms. Kim?
yes, Your Honor. Ms. Piper is 24 years old And she's not a flight risk. She has a strong ties to the community. She's been here for more than 19 years, and her parents and family members are all here. Not only that, she is gainfully employed as a therapist for children with autism. She's been working for the last 2.5 years. She has a bachelor's degree from the college, and she's also taking classes for master's degree. We would like to request for a signature on bond, and yet, if Your Honor is not inclined to give her a signature on bond, we would like to request for split bond. Basically, speeding and lane change, we would like to request for signature on bond, and DUI $1,000 maximum surety bond. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. All right, I will give a split bond. I'm going to order that there will be a $4,000 surety bond on the DUI. And I'm going to give a signature bond through the jail for the speeding and the driving improper lane change at $500 each. But that will be SOB jail, and then a surety bond on the DUI for $4,000. I'm going to also order no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. And I'm going to order no driving except for, and I'll say limited driving, except for going to work if she's still working, to see her attorney for medical treatment. Did I hear that she's in school?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
And I guess to attend any classes, most colleges now are online or virtual. But if she has to do something for her education, she can attend to that. But the rest of the time, she should be at home and not driving.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. That should conclude this case.
Thank you.
Next case, position 4.
This is 22 CR 004546D, Calvin Johnson.
No.
You charged with 1 count of criminal trespass.
Yes,
The offense- I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The offense date is July 14, 2022. Pre-trial, do you have anything?
Yes, ma'am.
59 total.
59?
Yes. 2017 parole violation, 2017 trespass conviction, 2016 parole violation, 2014 probation, underlying charges, possession of cocaine, 2013 probation, 2013 trespass, another 2013 trespass, more probation and parole violations.
Right, Ms. King?
Yes, Your Honor, and the state like to put on the record that we presented an offer to defense counsel. I don't know if it's being communicated to the client yet. In any event, our bond recommendation is a $2,500 signature bond, a stay away from the Petro truck stop, 3181 Donald Lee Howell Parkway Northwest, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. On yesterday, Your Honor, at around 10 a.m., officers were dispatched to the Petro truck stop on a criminal trespass call. Upon arrival, they met with a security guard named Randall Jefferson, who stated that the defendant was told not to be on the property anymore. He was told on May 20th, and he was also told on the previous day, July 14th. And he was actually given a physical criminal trespass warning in his hand. But as you see, Your Honor, he did return to the property. In any event, he has not had any infractions for the last 5 years. So the state is consenting to a signature bond in this case.
Mr. Johnson, please do not speak, or whoever that is.
Oh, and Your Honor, may I put the offer on the record as well?
Yes.
It is 12 months to serve, it's 12 months to serve 1 day, credit for time served 1 day with the balance suspended, and a stay away from the Petro truck stop.
Okay. All right, Ms. Thomas?
Thank you, Your Honor. No, I have not been able to communicate that offer. I was given that offer after I had previously talked to Mr. Johnson. In the event that Mr. Johnson does want to accept the state's offer, he would have to handle that matter pro se. I would not be able to assist him going forward with that plea. However, given the state's recommendation for bond, we would be consenting to the signature bond.
All right. And I don't know, with Mr. Johnson, I'm inclined to give you the signature bond, Mr. Johnson. You heard the state's offer, but if you are inclined to plead guilty, then you would not have representation today because the PD's office will not represent you if you take a plea. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the signature bond today, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, I will go ahead and order that $2,500, $2,500 signature bond. And it looks like that will be through, are you taking them?
No.
Okay, through the jail? There should be no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while you're on bond, Mr. Johnson, except for anything prescribed to you with a prescription. Also, I'm going to order you to stay away from the petrol truck stop at 3181 Donald Lee Hollowell Parkway. Please do not go back there. You've already been given a written warning. Now you've been arrested. So while you're out on bond, please do not go back there. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. That I think that concludes everything. Anything else, counsel?
Nothing from the state.
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
Position 1.
All right. This is case number 22 CR 004540J. This is Christopher Carter. You're charged with 1 count of theft by receiving stolen property. 2 counts rather, 2 counts of theft by receiving stolen property, both with the offense date of February the 25th, 2020. Pre-trial?
This fourth arrest. Last arrest was July 12th. Suspended, driving on suspended registration. November 2021, DeKalb County, 4 counts of theft by receiving. February 2021 in Henry County, theft by deception. He's on probation for that. That's it.
All right. Ms. King?
Yes, Your Honor. For the record, there are 2 offense dates. One is February 25th of 2020, and the second is December 4th of 2021. It is just a similar circumstance and similar victim in these 2 cases. In both cases, he stole an iPad tablet from the Morehouse College facility. One he pawned, and the other he was still in possession of even as he was arrested, Your Honor. And also for the record, I reached out to DeKalb County about those 4 open theft by receivings. I was curious if it was similar circumstance, and it is, Your Honor, except in 2 of those, they were upgraded to felonies, case number D0287258. In those 2 felony cases, he stole 2 MacBook Pros. They were upgraded to the dollar amount. One was $1,800, the other was $2,000. And he is out on bond for those. I was not able to get information on the theft by deception, but I am willing to bet that it is similar circumstances. Being as though he was out on bond for the DeKalb case, and when he committed our offenses, it's reasonable to ascertain that it's common plan scheme in all these cases. For that reason, Your Honor, while he only has 4 arrests, they're all similar situated. So the state is requesting $8,000 surety total. That's $4,000 for each count, a stay away from Morehouse College, 830 Westview Drive Southwest, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond.
All right, Ms. Thomas, this is your case.
Yes, Your Honor, it is. Mr. Carter is strongly denying these allegations, Your Honor. And he also expressed that he would not have recalled any allegations such as these from almost over 2 years ago. Mr. Carter is 27 years of age. He has been a Georgia resident for over 2 decades now. He does have immediate family residing in Georgia. Mr. Carter also obtained his bachelor's degree at Alabama State. Mr. Carter is gainfully employed currently. He's been working for the past year and 3 months, Your Honor. We do acknowledge the probation that Mr. Carter is presently on. However, Mr. Carter did express that he was on first offender for that, Your Honor. So we are asking that the bond be no more than $2,000 if he is not eligible for a signature bond at this time.
The state would strongly object to any signature bond in this case due to him violating probation and having 4 other open thefts, 2 of which are felony.
All right, I'm going to order a $6,000 surety bond, $3,000 on each charge, for a total of $6,000. Surety bond, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. And I'm going to order a stay away from Morehouse College. And that should complete the terms of the bond.
Thank you.
Anything else, counsel?
Nothing from the state.
Your Honor, and I had some tech issues, so I lost the SAP date. Is the SAP date July 26th or 28th?
28.
July 28th.
Thank you.
Judge, is that a signature bond through the jail or pretrial?
I thought it was saying surety bond. What did I say?
I thought it was 6,000 good,
I thought it was
Yes, it was a surety.
6,000.
It was a surety.
3,000 on each, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Jordan.
My bad, Judge. I need to clean my ears.
No problem. It's Friday, no problem. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons, and a stay away from Morehouse College campus.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That should conclude your case, Mr. Carter.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Let's take position 9.
All right, okay. This is case number 22 CR 004545G. And this, Mr. Sir James Williams, you're charged of 1 count of possession of marijuana less than an ounce, the 2nd count of obstruction of a law enforcement officer, both with the offense date of July 14, 2022. Pre-trial.
5th arrest. Last arrest was in March 2022. Carrying weapon without a valid license. Reckless conduct, disorderly conduct. Ag assault, criminal trespass. That's, why is that case number read like that? Yeah, it's open in Superior Court. Another open case in Superior Court for possession of MDMA, possession of a firearm during the commission, reckless conduct, obstruction, possession of marijuana as well. 2019 battery arrest. 2021 terrorist threats, the weapons, and the disorderly conduct and the reckless. That's it.
All right. Mr. Segura.
This case occurred yesterday, July the 14th, 2022. Officers were patrolling the area of 187 Ralph David Abernathy, Atlanta, in which they saw a defendant among 5 males actively smoking marijuana. And one of those males, the defendant, ran away from police on foot when the police tried to get close to confront the individuals. The defendant was ordered to stop, but he did not. When the process, when he was running away, he tripped on himself And at that point, the defendant tried to reach for his firearm, which was in his waistband, intended to throw it, but was not able to. When police checked him, he had around 15.2 grams of marijuana in his book bag. The state's recommendation is a $1,500 surety bond, $500 for the possession of marijuana, and $1,000 for the obstruction of law enforcement, for a total of $1,500 surety bond, with the conditions of no alcohol, drugs, and weapons while on bond. The state's main concern is the defendant be a danger to the community while he is out on bond. As pretrial has noted, he does have several open felony cases, which only occurred in the last couple of months. In March, on C22 CP 207183, he is being charged with reckless conduct, possession of a knife or firearm during the commission or attempted commission of assault and felonies. And back on March the 8th, 2022, he was arrested for carrying weapons without a valid license, reckless conduct, and aggravated assault, in which that case is 21 CP 197743. And also, he does have that 2019 battery arrest. Because of this fact was the state feels that a surety bond is appropriate in this case. Thank you, Your Honor.
And
Your
what's
Honor.
your recommendation, Mr. Segura?
The condition is a $1,500 surety, $500 for the possession of marijuana, $1,000 for the obstruction, and with the conditions of no alcohol, drugs, and weapons while out on bond.
All right. Thank you. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Mr. Williams is 21 years old, and he was born and raised here in Georgia. He has one child and another stepdaughter as well, total 2 child. And he has parents and siblings here in Georgia. And he's also working as a landscaping with his uncle for the last 2 years. His education was 11th grade. We would like to request for signature on bond, and yet if Your Honor is not inclined to give him a signature on bond because of those open case that are pending, which he is actually presumed to be innocent, we would like to request for maximum $500 a surety bond, $250 each, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. I'm going to grant the $1,500 surety bond, $500 on the possession of marijuana, $1,000 on the obstruction, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Do we need to stay away from this address, Mr. Segura?
We don't. This is a public area which a defendant just so happened to be in.
Okay, all right. So no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while you're on bond, Mr. Williams, except for things that are prescribed to you by a doctor. That's a $1,500 surety bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, that should conclude this case.
Thank you.
Next case, position 3. Huff. Huff. We're gonna move on to position number 2, Dupree.
There's a 2, okay. All right, this is 22 CR 004539C. Mr. Quintavious Dupree.
Correct.
You're charged with 1 count of battery family violence with the offense date of July 13, 2022. Pre-trial?
11 total. Last arrest was 2021, felony obstruction. He's out on pretrial for that. It's 21 SC 179849. May 2021 probation out of Cobb County. 2019 FTA that was not prosecuted. 2019 simple assault dismissed. 2019 misdemeanor obstruction conviction. 2017 failure to appear for theft by taking. That's it.
Right? Ms. King?
Yes, Your Honor. On July 13th, officers responded to 1133 Arlington Avenue Southwest. Upon arriving, they met with the victim of the case, Mr. Michael Denson. Michael, traditional spelling, last name Denson. He advised that he was assaulted by the defendant who lives at the same location with him. They have different rooms in the same house. And the officers stated that they saw lacerations on his eye that were actively bleeding, and his eye was also swollen, and he was bleeding from his mouth. The victim was able to show the defendant's room, but when the officers knocked, they got no response. Ultimately, on the 14th, the next day, the defendant came back to the location and the victim called 911 again, and which is how they were able to apprehend him. The state's recommendation is a $5,000 surety bond, no further contact with Michael Denson, a stay away from 1133 Arlington Avenue Southwest, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond.
All right, Ms. McLeod.
Yes, Your Honor. My client is a native of Atlanta, Your Honor. He's been here in Atlanta all his life. He is 29 years old. He denies the allegations made by the prosecution. In fact, he tells me that the complaining witness was in fact the aggressor and had been coming at him for several days. I'd also like the court to note that this is not properly a family violence situation because they do not live together. This is a rooming house. It is not a family home or anything. So they're not properly considered family. They're not in any of the relationships which would amount to a family violence situation. So I'd like the court to take that into consideration. My client is employed, he tells me. He has been living at that place for a very long time. And this gentleman apparently has just moved in and has been antagonistic towards him ever since he moved in. And he denies that he was the aggressor. He does admit that they were in a fight, but he maintains that the complaining witness was the aggressor here, Your Honor. He does not have a lot of money for bond, and he has told me that he doesn't have anyone to help him out to make bond. So I would ask the court to take that in consideration in setting a bond for him, and also the fact that it is really not a family violence situation. Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if I may, firstly, there are independent witnesses that were present at the scene that the officers also spoke with. Furthermore, there was video surveillance in the area where the altercation took place. The officer was not able to get possession of that video, but the state will have possession of it soon. Furthermore, Your Honor, regarding the family violence situation the defense is bringing up, they live in the same home. So the statute says living together in the same household. They are living together in the same household in different rooms, Your Honor. So the state contends that the family violence is the appropriate charge.
Mm-hmm. Well, the defense disagrees with that, Your Honor, in that it is not a familial relationship at all. It's like staying in a hotel. They're just not living together like that. It is a rooming house, is a different situation. That would definitely be my contention. Also, I am glad to hear that video surveillance is a possibility, because I think, based on what my client has told me, that the video will probably exonerate him. He is presumed innocent.
Okay. I'm going to give a $3,000 surety bond. I'm going to order no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. And I didn't hear, is the state asking for a stay away?
Yes, at this time, Your Honor. Not sure if he has somewhere else to go, but under the circumstances, at this time, we are asking for a stay away.
Your Honor, Yeah, I would request, given his circumstances, he's going to be homeless if he is ordered to stay away. He's been living there a whole lot longer than this other person. It's going to be a hardship for him. He'll be essentially be on the street. I think, given the fact that they are not related in that way, they don't have any kind of relationship, that a no violent contact would probably work. My client is not violent. He's had some prior history, but there is no, it's not been violent, if I heard
Okay.
pretrial correctly.
All right. Ms. King, if we ordered no further violent contact, but with this address, this 1133 Arlington Avenue, do we know who lives? Well, you said it's a rooming house, correct?
It's a rooming house.
Yes, Your Honor. So they both live there in separate rooms. So if we do a stay away if we don't do a stay away, they will have contact because they're shared areas in the home, which is actually where the altercation took place. Therefore, the state would object to not having a stay away due to those circumstances.
All right, I'm going to go ahead with the stay away from 1133 Arlington Avenue. I will give a one-time police escort from Mr. Is it Dupree?
Dupree,
Right, to go back to get any personal belongings while he's out on bond. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond, except for any prescriptions that were prescribed to you. And a no further contact with, and give me the name again for the victim. Michael, is it Michael Denson?
Yes, Your Honor. DENSON.
Okay. No further contact with Mr. Denson either. Anything else I need to take up?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
Judge, was that 3,000
Yes.
or 2,000? 3,000.
3,000. All right, and that should conclude this case.
Next case, position 8, Sam.
This is 22 CR 004543E. Malik Sims, you're charged with 1 count of simple battery, family violence. The offense date, June 17, 2022. Retrial.
Second arrest. Last arrest was April 2021 for battery DV. Just, I think it's open in DeKalb County. That's all.
Okay. Mr. Sakura.
This occurred in June 17th, 2022, in which officers responded to a dispute at the incident location of 929 Charles Allen Drive, Northeast Atlanta, in which they made contact with the victim, Ms. Lashonika Hendricks. Lashonika, spelled Lasherenika, Hendricks, Hendrix, who was holding her foot. She said that when she was in the vehicle with the defendant, who is her ex-boyfriend, that she broke up with him. Upon that moment, he started to kick her when she was still in the vehicle, and when she went out of the vehicle, she broke her shoe. And she told officers that this time she was living with the defendant for about 4 to 5 months. The state's recommendation is a $3,000 surety bond, 1-day anger awareness, no alcohol, drugs, and weapons, a stay away from 929 Charles Allen Drive, Northeast Atlanta, and no further contact with Ms. Hendricks. Recommendations are based on these facts. Now, a special concern about the risk of reoffending, especially with this particular victim, Ms. Hendricks. As Preacher has noted, he does have that open family battery violence case in DeKalb County. And we actually spoke with the solicitor's office in DeKalb, who said that in this 2021 battery family violence case, it is the exact same victim, Ms. Hendricks. And in this case, but he was on a bond. He was given the conditions of a stay away and no further contact. Yet even though he's still on a bond, he made contact and again made injuries to, and again attacked her. So because of this, we're asking for a surety bond. Thank you.
Okay.
Your Honor, my client denies the allegations made by the complaining witness. My client is 26 years old. He has some college education and he is a native of Atlanta, has strong ties in the community. He is gainfully employed as a forklift operator and has been doing so for the past 2 to 3 years. He tells me that the complaining witness, she has done this before. She's made allegations which are untrue. He says he's never ever put his hand on her. And she is the one who keeps trying to contact him when he's been trying to stay away from her. At some point, they were actually living together, Your Honor. He has told me that he really does not want any further contact with her. I think, given the fact that he has only had one previous arrest, Your Honor, it seems like they do have a volatile relationship. And he's telling me that she keeps calling the police and making allegations, but they are unfounded allegations because he's never put his hand on her. I would ask the court to consider giving him a signature bond, Your Honor, because he is presumed innocent, and sometimes these situations happen in these relationships where people choose to use the police to sort of regulate their relationship, and they call the police sometimes and make allegations which are untrue. And I suspect that this is one of those cases based on what my client has shared with me.
I'm going to order the $3,000 surety bond. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Stay away from 929 Charles Allen Drive. And tell me the victim again, was it Lasher?
Yeah, Lasher Winika, LASHERINEKA.
Okay. And I'm assuming and hoping they're not living together, but I'm going to order a no further contact with her and a stay away from 929 Charles Allen Drive. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond, except for anything prescribed to you. Anything else I need to take up, counsel?
Done is all, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
But that does conclude my business for the day, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, you may. Go have a good weekend.
Thank you. Same to you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Next up, position 5.
This is case number 22 CR 004548A. Rodney Johnson, you're charged with 1 count of simple battery family violence. That offense date is April the 6th, 2021. Pre-trial.
17 total. Last arrest 2014, theft by receiving, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Those were convictions. 2006 battery, dead docket. 04 fleeing an officer, possession of drugs. He had a 03 battery DV, second and subsequent offense. And 1 arrest out of Alabama from 04, harassing communication. That's all.
Okay. All right, Ms. King.
Yes, Your Honor. As Your Honor already knows, this offense took place on April 6th of 2021. An officer was dispatched to 612 Lee Street Southwest. Upon arrival, he spoke with the victim of this case, Ms. Shajan Riley, Shajuan. I'm sure I mispronounced that. Riley, Riley. They share a child, the victim and the defendant. She stated that she told the defendant to meet her at her second job. And she stopped answering her phone. So then he began to call from a different number and she ultimately answered the phone. And then she went out to her vehicle. And when she got out there, she saw him pull up next to her. And she told him that if she tries to leave in the vehicle, he was going to hit her vehicle. At that point, he came in her passenger side door and started to assault her. He began to pull her by her hair, and he also bent her hand back severely, her right hand. However, she did refuse medical treatment. We have been speaking with the victim of this case. She states they are no longer in a relationship and do not live together, but they do share 2 children. She states she has not had any contact with him since this incident, and she feels that he may retaliate due to her calling the cops and that he will be angry. She is seeking a TPO due to this incident, and she's not sure if it will be active by the time court began. We have not heard back from her, so our contention is that it's not. But she did say she's okay with third-party contact, referencing getting any belongings that may be at her home, as well as transporting the children. Due to the defendant have a previous battery family violence conviction, though it's not against this victim, that is still very concerning to us. Furthermore, he does have a simple battery conviction as well. So due to his violent history and the victim stating how afraid she is of the defendant due to their interactions during their relationship, the state is requesting a $4,000 surety, no further contact with Ms. Shajuan Riley, a stay away from 612 Lee Street Southwest. Also, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on.
Okay. Ms. Thomas?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Johnson is strongly denying these allegations. He has expressed that he has had consistent issues with Ms. Riley and that he is prepared to defend against these allegations and provide documentations that would exonerate him from these allegations, Your Honor. Mr. Johnson expressed that he and Ms. Riley do not share any children. He expressed that they have never been in a intimate relationship. He has had to have 2 stay away orders put out against Ms. Riley, both in Clayton County and in Newton County. Again, he denies being in a relationship. They have never lived together, Your Honor. So again, he is strongly denying these allegations. He expressed that they met through a acquaintance down in Columbus, Georgia. Mr. Johnson since moved to Atlanta, and again, he has had consistent issues with Ms. Riley. Mr. Johnson is 50 years old. He is a Georgia native. All of his family resides in Georgia. He's also the father. He is a father. He completed the 12th grade. Mr. Johnson also owns his own trucking business, but currently has been hindered from work due to these allegations and him being brought here today, Your Honor. I am asking for a signature bond on his behalf. As we heard from pretrial, Mr. Johnson's criminal history dates back over 8 years ago, Your Honor. Mr. Johnson has no recent criminal history, so I'm asking the court to consider that and granting him a signature bond. If the court is not inclined on granting Mr. Johnson a signature bond, a bond no more than $1,000.
Okay. I'm going to order a $3,000 surety bond. I'm going to order a stay away from is it 1612 Lee Street? Is that the incident location? Counsel, I think both of you are muted.
Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. Yes, the 612 is the incident location. The victim is saying they don't live together anymore, and we do not have her current address for stay away purposes, but no further contact should take care of that.
Okay, and no further contact with the victim, Shawan Riley. Also, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. And is there anything else?
Nothing
Nothing
from
from
the
the state.
defense, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Position 6.
Yeah.
This is 22 CR 004549. B as in boy. Quentin McKinney. You're charged with 1 count of battery, family violence. The offense date is July 14th, 2022. Pretrial.
A moment, please. Check your chat. 16 total. Last arrest was May 2020, possession of cocaine. 2019 obstruction conviction. He got the 2009 arrest that I put in the chat. 2009 battery DV arrest. 2009 act stalking and burglary. 2008 battery conviction. Shoplifting conviction. And the armed robbery first offender from 05. That's it.
All right, Ms. King.
Yes, Your Honor. On July 14th, at around 11 a.m., officers were dispatched to 981 Fair Street. When they arrived, they met with the victim of the case, Miss Andrea Wright, Andrea, Wright, traditional spelling, who was visibly upset, and she was also bleeding from her ankle and her elbow. She was in the vehicle with her daughter, Samicia Nicole Wright, and her boyfriend, who was the defendant. There was an altercation due to the victim stating that the defendant can no longer live in their home. At that point, he pushed her to the ground, which resulted in her injuries. We've spoken with the victim of this case. She stated this is not the first time that he has been violent toward her, but this is the furthest it's ever gone. There's an escalation here, Your Honor, which gravely concerns the state. She states that she wants no contact and she definitely wants us to stay away. So it will be just her and the daughter remaining in the home and the defendant not be allowed to return, but she is okay with a one-time law enforcement escort to retrieve his belongings. She stated she was interested in being on the Zoom. Is Miss Andrea Wright present? No. So due to the defendant, I'm sorry.
No, I said I don't see a Miss Wright. All right, go for it. Go ahead.
So due to his violent history, what you saw in the chat, also the battery conviction, armed robbery, and robbery convictions, the state is requesting a $5,000 surety, no further contact with Andrea Wright, a stay away from 981 Fair Street Southwest, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond.
Okay. All right, I'm going to.
May I please?
Oh, I'm sorry, Ms. Kim. I apologize.
No problem, Your Honor. Mr. McKinney is 35 years old, and he was born and raised here in Georgia. He has his 5 children here in Georgia, and parents, siblings. He's not going anywhere. He has a job. He's working at the construction company. He also has a GED. Your Honor, all those violence charges are from 2009 or older. They're very remote, Your Honor. We would like to request for a signature on bond, and yet, if Your Honor is not inclined to give him a signature on bond, I just wanted to explain that that house, the stay away location, 981 Fair Street, it is my client and his girlfriend's place where they live together. And Andrea Wright, the complaining witness, she does not live there. She has her stuff in that location and she visits a lot. But she has a place, separate place, down the street. That's what my client told me. And they live with two children of Miss Wright, the girlfriend, and they are 10 years old and 6 years old. So mother, father, two kids, four of them are living together. And I don't think my client should be staying away from that location at all. And he claims that he did not throw anything to her. He was throwing her stuff. He did not touch her. And yet Andrea Wright got hurt by something else and then blamed that to Mr. McKinney. That's what my client explains. We would like to request for signature on bond. And if your honor is not inclined to give him a signature on bond, we would like to request for $1,000 maximum surety bond and definitely no violent contact with Miss Andrea Wright. Thank you.
All right.
Your Honor, the state would strongly object to a signature bond in this case. It would not be appropriate due to his criminal history and due to the information received from the victim of this case. She does live in that home, Your Honor, with her daughter, and we would like to stay away condition, Your Honor.
All right, I will order the $5,000 surety bond. I'm going to order stay away and give me the address again.
John, may I say something?
981 Fair.
I'm sorry, it's 981 Fair Street Southwest. My apologies, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, may I say
And you can have a, I'm sorry?
May I say something?
No, you cannot. I'm giving my ruling.
Yes.
And I'm going to order that he stay away from 981 Fair Street Southwest. He will get a one-time police escort to return to that location to get any personal belongings. He must have a police escort. I'm going to order no further contact with Andrea Wright, the victim. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. And I said no further contact with Ms. Wright. I think that concludes everything. Anything else, counsel?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Judge, what's the bond amount?
It is a $5,000 surety bond, good bond.
Are you done? Next case, position 3.
This is case number 22CR004542A. Jonathan Huff, charged of 1 count of theft by shoplifting, offense date July 12, 2022. Pre-trial.
I can't find his history. Thought I had it. Huff? Oh, it might have been Huff. Judge, I'll defer to the state. It was Huff. So he went to felony? Okay. Hold on, I'll be back.
Okay.
Judge, you can let the state go. I'll be right back though.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Ms. King.
Yes, Your Honor, I have a 2013 shoplifting conviction, as well as a 2022 burglary conviction, first offender status. He also has an open aggravated assault strangulation, 22 CP 210704. He also has a financial transaction card fraud arrest from 2021. On July 12th of 2022 at around 4:30 p.m., officers were dispatched to a theft by shoplifting at 865 North Highland Avenue. When he arrived, he met with Neb Solomon, who was an employee of the CVS pharmacy where the theft occurred. He gave a description of the defendant and said that he ran out of the store with a body massager. He was able to capture this incident on video footage, what the officer was able to observe at the scene. And previously, this defendant was told several times by management to leave the store and not return, but he has been continuing to return to the store, and this time he actually committed a theft. For that reason, Your Honor, we're asking that the 1,000 surety in place be raised to 3,000, a stay away from the CVS pharmacy located at 865 North Highland Avenue, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond.
All right. Ms. Thomas?
Thank you, Your Honor. Sorry, that's my case. Your Honor, Mr. Huff is 39 years of age. He has been a Georgia resident for the past 6 years. He is the father of 3 children. Mr. Huff did complete some college, attending Alabama A&M. Mr. Huff also expressed to me that he is a self-employed barber. He's been a barber for the past 8 years, Your Honor. Your Honor, I'm asking for the current bonds to be currently reduced to a bond no more than $500, given Mr. Huff's occupation. He did also express that he had no other means of income. So a high bond is definitely a concern here. But if the court is not inclined, then we ask that the bond remain as set.
All right.
The state would object to any type of signature bond or reduction due to him having 2 theft convictions, one happening this year, and a previous shoplifting conviction.
And Your Honor, Mr. Huff hasn't been convicted of this. The previous crimes that the state is mentioning, he has served his time. Your Honor, we like to remind the court that bond is not punitive, but a guarantee that the client would return back for court. So we ask again for the bond to be reduced, or at the very least remain as set.
Okay.
The court can consider his likelihood to reoffend, which he has, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to order a $6,000 surety bond. Going to order that he stay away from the CVS at 65 North Highland Avenue. Is that correct?
It's 865 North Highland Avenue.
865 North Highland Avenue. That's the CVS. Is to stay away from there. You're not to return there, Mr. Huff, or else you'll just go right back to jail. And to have no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Is there any other conditions?
Nothing further.
All right, that should conclude this case. 6,000 bond surety.
And Your Honor, that concludes my business. May I be excused?
Oh, you're not gonna hang around with us, okay?
I'm actually in a trial calendar week, so.
Oh, wow, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, have a good weekend. All right.
Thank you too.
Judge, position 10, he bun out.
Oh, 10 bonded out, okay.
In front of you, position 11.
Okay. All right, this is case number 22 CR 004547H. Is it Coran Young, Corin Young?
It's Corin.
Corin, okay. You're charged with 1 count of battery family violence. The offense date is July 14, 2022. Pre-trial?
It's 4th arrest. I got a 2016 out of Texas. It says traffic offense. 2015 possession of marijuana. What else? Yeah, possession of marijuana. As far as the Georgia history, we got a 2018 marijuana possession. That's it.
All right, Mr. Segura.
This case occurred yesterday, July the 14th, 2022, which also responded to a dispute call at 2518 Wine Street, Wine spelled R-Y-N-E, Street, Atlanta, in which they saw the defendant in his vehicle and the victim, a Miss Nigeria Blow, Nigeria spelled N-A-D-I-R-I-A, Blow, B-L-O-W-E, in her house. Police advised that she called the police because of physical abuse. And she told the police that there was an incident in the morning in which they both woke up, in which the defendant argued with Miss Blow because that he was not being treated fairly. At that point, this argument escalated, in which the defendant grabbed Miss Blow and started to hit her. In the process of this assault, the defendant bit her on the right shoulder area. And at that point, the defendant left his home and waited in the vehicle before police arrived. Because of this, the state is recommending a $5,000 surety bond with the conditions of a one-day anger awareness, no alcohol, drugs, and weapons, a stay away from 2518 Wine Street, Atlanta, and no further contact with Nigeria Blow. Our conditions are based on these facts, and we have special concerns about the defendant being a flight risk, as he does have that recent 2017 case in Texas. And also we're concerned about the safety of Ms. Blow, as we spoke for audio today in which she stated that both she and the defendant own a relationship, they live together at the same location, and she also stated that it's not the first time that the defendant has hit her. And in fact, the last incident of this violence occurred a few months ago in which she called the police, but no arrest was made. Alongside, she also stated that she does not fear the defendant and wants no violent contact. But at the same time, she also told us that, quote, I can handle it, I got it, and also, quote, that she thinks that he learned his lesson this time. But because of these two incidents of violence, we are concerned about their safety, especially since they do live together. And based on, it seems like it's all erupted because of an argument resulting in being treated fairly. We are concerned about their safety as something like this could occur again in the future. Thank you, Your Honor. And also, Ms. Blow is on Zoom. Thank you.
Okay. All right, and Ms. Kim, do you want the victim to go first, or you?
May I please go first, Your Honor?
Okay. And I'll
Yes.
come to you, Ms. Bowe, in a second. All right, go ahead, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Mr. Young is 26 years old, and he has been here in Georgia about 5 years. His parents and siblings are all here in Georgia, and he is employed at Amazon warehouse. He also has some college education with a trade school. He has a certified HVAC. He's a skilled personnel, and we would like to request for signature on bond because there is no violence history whatsoever, and this is his first offense in terms of violence. And pretrial services actually recommended him for unsecured judicial relief. So we would like to request for a signature on bond. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Bowe?
Yes, Your Honor.
You would like to address the court? I need you to turn on your camera. I need to see you.
Yes. Give me 1 second. I think I gotta access my settings.
Okay. Let's see the little movie camera bottom in blue that you would click to turn on your camera. Can we help with that at all, Mr. Jordan?
All I could do was send her a message, Judge.
Okay. Okay. All right, now unmute yourself or microphone, Brett.
Okay, gotcha.
There we go. All right, yeah. And you want to address the court, is that correct?
Yes, I did.
Raise your right hand for me. Do you affirm that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right, put your hand down. What would you like to tell me?
I just wanted to say that, like Karan had, like he was going through a lot of stuff, a lot of emotions. He lost a few people close to him, and it was something that just happened last minute, and it shocked me so much that that's why I called. But I spoke with, his mom, his family and stuff. They have people that are willing to take him in and give him the time that he needs. I don't feel like he's like a threat to me because like he's like never gonna do that ever again. Like this is something that is definitely something that scared him, I think, as well as me. So I'm willing to like give him the space. We've already talked, and that's something that I'm okay with. But I just wanted to let you know about that. So,
All right. Any cross-examination for the witness?
I have a couple of questions.
Okay, Mr. Spur.
Good afternoon, Ms. Blow.
Yeah.
On the date of incident, besides that bite mark, did he do anything with you, like any type of violence?
I'm sorry.
Besides that, a bite mark that was on your shoulder, did he hit you in any other way?
No, he just kind of like when he did the bite mark, kind of like tousled me a little, like push me to do it, I guess. So that's really more so what it was.
I see. And also, like, you said a few months ago that there was an act of violence. Like, how long ago was it?
That was like months ago or so, and I think like the neighbors or somebody called or something like that because they heard something, not realizing we were just playing around and everything. So I don't know what that was about.
I see. But how certain are you that if he is released, it makes contact, that something just won't happen again?
Yeah,
Like, you're not 100% confident, or any
No,
some?
I'm 100% confident like it's not gonna happen again. Like I've already said to you guys, like I'll talk to him. He knows he's gonna, when he comes back, like he's gonna come get his stuff, go deal with his parents, go stay with his parents, and that'll be that. I'm okay with that. 100%.
Okay, and thank you. That'll be all, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Kim.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay. Oh, let me ask you this too, Miss Bo. Are you in fear of Mr. Young?
No, I'm not.
And you all are living together at this Rhine Street location?
Yeah, we've been living together for about 7 years.
Okay. Whose names are on the lease?
Mine and his.
Both?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any children together?
No, we share a dog. That's enough.
Okay. And so you want to continue to have contact with Mr. Young?
Yeah, I have no problem having contact with him.
Would he have somewhere else to go live?
Yes, he does.
Okay. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to order a $6,000 signature bond through pretrial. I'm going to order that he stay away from 2518 Rhine Street, that he find somewhere else to live in the interim, that he have no further violent contact with you, that there should be no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. And I think that's it. Anything else, counsel, I need to take up?
Yes, Your Honor. One-time escorted visit so he can retrieve his personal belongings, Your Honor.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yes, and a one-time police escort to return to get any personal items that you need while you're on bond and you cannot reside there, Mr. Young. You need to arrange to have law enforcement to escort you back to the property.
And also a 1-day anger wellness.
Yes, and the one-day anger awareness. Anything else that I leave out?
Nothing further.
Okay, all right. That will conclude this matter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good luck to you, Ms. Bowe.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else, counsel?
No.
Nope.
Let's see, did we get them all?
We did.
I'm counting, don't rush me. Are you gonna hang around for our reconciliation, Mr. Pretrial?
What is that?
Right. All right, it's Friday. You're getting to go early today. Are you gone already?
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, okay. I thought you ran out the door.
No, I'm here.
All right.
Get off till 4:30.
Oh, well, you can stay a little longer. Okay. All right, Mr. Jordan, you ready to reconcile?
Position 1 is a $6,000 surety bond that is reset to the SAP calendar. Position 2 is a $3,000 surety bond, reset SAP. Position 3 is a $6,000 surety bond, reset SAP. Position 4 is a $2,500 sign-on bond jail. Position 5 is a $3,000 surety bond, reset SAP. Position 6 is a $5,000 surety bond, reset SAP. Position 7 is a $5,000 split bond, reset SAP. Position 8 is a $3,000 surety bond, reset SAP. Position 9 is a $1,500 surety bond, reset SAP. Position 10, made bond. And position 11 is a $6,000 sign-on bond pretrial.
Any questions? Did Mr. Jordan get everything correct according to everyone's understanding?
Yeah, I'm good.
You good? All right. I guess we will see you all next time. Everyone have a good weekend.
You too.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.